join me in welcoming Mayor Grant Creasey. Thank you very much, Dean. I appreciate that. And thank you to our not-so-aging President Roy Check as well for those words to start with. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual Mayor's State of the City Address. The Lacombe Chamber of Commerce and the city staff are partnered to offer this venue once again, and I sincerely want to thank them for their efforts, both city staff and the chamber, so thank you for that. I want to acknowledge a few dignitaries that have joined us here today. First off is our MLA, Ron Moore, and I believe that County Reeve Paul Watt is in the crowd as well. Thank you for attending. And I don't know if there's any other county council members, but if there are, apologies for missing you. I had an opportunity to go around and meet everybody earlier, but I certainly may have missed a few. So it was just 3 short months ago that our municipal elections concluded. And I want to thank the residents of Lacombe for placing their trust and faith in a very good council. And as your newly elected mayor, I have the privilege of working with a talented team of leaders who have been chosen to make all the tough decisions, the best ones they can on behalf of all residents, and to ensure that you receive the best value possible for your hard-earned tax dollars. We certainly intend to do that. The people of Lacombe have voted in a terrific group of people who represent a variety of backgrounds and points of view. And I'm certain that past meetings might be a bit of an indication that we're going to have some interesting perspectives and some lively discussions, perhaps livelier than some would like at times, but I can assure you that this will lead to better decisions for our community. Our backgrounds vary, but we do have a common vision to increase openness and accountability in government, to better engage the public on important civic issues, and to promote growth by overcoming any barriers to economic development. I'd like to take a moment to recognize my team for their dedication to public service, and perhaps you just stand as I mention your name. Councillor Don Gullickson, Councillor Cora Hoekstra. Got in trouble for pronunciation last night, so I didn't get that right. Councillor Talia Hibbs. Councillor Jonathan Jacobson. Someone who you're familiar with. Councillor Ruben Koenig. And Councillor Chris Ross. I want you to know publicly that it's a pleasure for me to work with each and every one of you, as well as our hard-working staff, many of who are represented at this table. Together, we will ensure that service levels, which I'd like to think that are quite high for this community as compared with anywhere in Alberta, our facilities and our amenities are meeting the needs of our residents. Even during this tough economic climate, Lacombe has grown at a steady pace. Perhaps not as fast as we would like, but steady. I want to begin by sharing some highlights from the city's major projects over this last year. Then we'll discuss some of the goals moving ahead for this term. I would also be remiss if I did not mention and acknowledge the dedication and hard work of the previous council in helping us realize these and other achievements. I don't think it's any secret. I may not have necessarily agreed with all of their choices, but I certainly do value and respect their commitment to our city. So I want to be clear about that. Some of the project highlights that I had referred to for our city here over 2017 from undertaking some major construction projects, maintaining and enhancing our infrastructure, and laying the foundation for some future growth through some responsible planning. So we saw the successful completion of two major projects, the Main Street Infrastructure Replacement Project and the Gary Moe Group Sportsplex. The first one saw the replacement of the sanitary sewer mains in the downtown core. Well disruptive, certainly a necessity. This project also included some pedestrian and road safety improvements, along with parking and other functional upgrades to streamline traffic and to accommodate some future growth. I'm happy to report that this project is largely complete, with the final lift of asphalt being installed later on this spring. The renovation and expansion of the Gary Moe Auto Group Sportsplex also wrapped up last summer, and the grand opening was held in early fall. What started out as a safety code upgrade soon evolved into some rather extensive renovations. This refreshed facility is now barrier-free and a viable regional sports and recreation hub for decades to come. We also collaborated on some regional initiatives with our neighboring municipalities. As members of the North Red Deer Regional Wastewater Commission, we began construction this last spring on a long-awaited wastewater transmission system that connected Lacombe, Black Falls, and the county of Lacombe to the treatment facility in Red Deer. I'm very happy to report that the construction is substantially complete here as well. It's a massive undertaking, some $71 million, and we're thankful it is on schedule and on budget. I think that we can thank our current acting CAO in no small part for keeping the numbers online, so thank you for that. Negotiations are currently underway for a contract for the administration of that system, and it's actually running off later on today to help complete, so I can't really announce yet, but we will certainly be making a decision in that regard and have an announcement early February. Some other significant achievements from last year include the signing of some joint agreements with the Lacombe County. Last September, we celebrated a historic milestone with the signing of a significant joint agreement for the servicing and development of lands near the interchange of Highway 2 and Highway 12 at our city's western edge. Known as the Lacombe West Area Servicing Project, it will facilitate the development of the Midway Centre outline plan. This plan includes major commercial development and some high-density residential developments as well, along with a trail system to be incorporated into our current one, all along the east side of Highway 2. Certainly it's going to provide employment opportunities and promote both new and existing business to the city. The project is expected to cost taxpayers just over $15 million and includes a $3.5 million upgrade to the intersection at 76th Street and Highway 12. That'll be used to access the entire area. Detailed and design work for the water and wastewater systems began last fall, and construction is anticipated this spring. I say anticipated. While the majority of residents are behind this project, a number of you, some in this room, have expressed concerns about investing in this area. I can assure you that construction will not begin here until the development's off-site levies are received in full. We're happy to work with them, but I just want to make that perfectly clear. We also partnered with Lacombe County and the Lacombe Flying Club on another initiative, this time for a 25-year lease and funding agreement for the Lacombe Regional Airport. This partnership gives the airport a solid foundation on which to continue its operations, provide services to the community, and attract new business to the area as well. This partnership gives the airport a solid foundation on which to on which to build, and they will be in a better position for future planning and keep this significant asset viable. I want to thank specifically Reed Law and County Council for their spirit of collaboration. The city is proud of a long-standing positive relationship that we have with Lacombe County, and we're honored to be a part of a great partnership that has led to many positive outcomes for both communities. I see no reason why that won't continue well into the future. So thank you for that, Reed Law. Certainly, by collaborating, we will provide long-term benefits for the entire region. So, as we look forward to 2018 and beyond, I had suggested earlier that our council does have some common vision and goals. The first of which is to be fiscally prudent, something that you heard lots of during election time. Number two, to increase openness and accountability in government. Number three, to better engage the public on important civic issues. And to promote growth by overcoming barriers to economic development. Now, most realize this is quite early in our term. However, I am very pleased to report on a few early successes that I'm going to go over, and they're certainly important to council. Hopefully they help justify your confidence in us. In line with that, our first goal of fiscal prudence. Last month, council approved the 2018 budget. I know everybody's always happy to say, oh, we're going to get rid of your cash. This certainly allows the city to continue service delivery at current levels while keeping tax increases as low as possible. I'm proud of the work that we have done on this. Council's approved a very prudent and realistic budget, I feel, that is responsive to the needs and preferences for all our citizens. It considers forward-looking requirements in a fiscally responsible manner, and I think that, once again, that's something that we certainly all share at the council level, so we're continuing through with that as well. This year's operating budget has combined total revenues and expenses of some $35.5 million, resulting in a balanced budget. And consistent with the council's budget guidelines, our budget reflects a 1.3% tax rate increase. You may be interested to know that this is certainly among the lowest increases in small cities across the province. So I hope that everybody is happy with that. I know I am. What does that mean in real dollars and cents? So an average home of, say, $375,000, to pick one target, we'll see an increase of some $30 over the year. I think certainly reasonable. The capital budget, on the other side, we'll see a total of just under $3 million spread over 38 new projects, as well as some carryover of some $15 million from last year, to a total of $18 million. Some of the larger projects for this year include one that I went through, the West Area Servicing Project, the Henner Storm Outlet, with respect to the design and land acquisition portion, that is, an eastbound left turn lane on 50th Avenue and 58th Street. I know that will be welcomed by many coming into the city from the west. A north taxiway at Lacombe Airport, and some upgrades to our public works building, some very long overdue washroom renovations and some roof replacement work as well. Another example of fiscal prudence that I did want to touch on was our city administration has initiated some active fund management of our capital reserves. May not seem that exciting on the surface, but I think the taxpayers will certainly approve of some extra positive cash flow, and the best part, at no additional cost, something that we don't often hear of, especially in government at any level. So very happy about that, and I want to thank senior staff for identifying this opportunity and capitalizing on it in line with council's wishes. As common sense management, I think, lets everyone know that their tax dollars are being utilized as effectively as they can be. Council's next goal is one of transparency and openness. We are committed to conducting our business in an open, transparent, and accountable fashion. This will enhance public trust in municipal government. And after all, everyone here and others is why we do what we do. We think that you deserve it, and we're going to see that it happens. I'm pleased to say that Council's budget process has been open and transparent throughout. The entire process began with a budget survey. We received some additional input through the open house. Then it was posted online with a link for survey results. And through this, we gathered an awful lot of public comments. You know that all of Council appreciates the public's interest and their input. We appreciate your suggestions, and we will certainly continue on the same road with a citizen-focused process for future budget cycles. The third one, accountability and public engagement. Council is working with City administration to make us more accessible and accountable to all residents. And we want to embed these important principles within our statutes, within our procedures, policies, and bylaws. Many of you might not know that Council is currently underway with deliberating on a number of amendments to its procedural bylaw, basically how we do our business. The first one, recorded votes. This will provide public record of how each and every councillor votes on each and every motion. Something that, once again, common thread here, many of us felt strongly about through the election process. Incorporating live streaming video of council meetings. This will allow the public to observe the proceedings from the comfort of their own home for those that aren't able or just choose not to attend. This is certainly going to help the public engagement, as well as an open community forum for council as a whole to provide citizens with an opportunity to ask questions on matters of public interest or concern prior to a regular meeting being called. No, it's not a free-for-all. There are rules, but I think this is an exciting and valuable opportunity for everyone to engage council. I want to note that the procedural bylaw does contain many, many other amendments, but I wanted to discuss just a few, the ones that I certainly think will have the most impact. We're also making every effort to provide the public with access to as much information as possible. Not necessarily to bury you in it, but consistent with legislative requirements under the MGA, the Municipal Government Act, and also Alberta FOIP Act. Our fourth goal, increased economic development. In recent years, the city has seen some steady, consistent growth across our business licensing categories, which is positive. Some 14% per year over the last 3 years, in fact. Many of which certainly maybe home occupation business, that kind of thing, but positive trend, certainly in the right direction. And we want, while we know that certainly more needs to be done in this regard, and we intend to do it. A strong economy is required to build a solid community, and similarly, an active community is required to fuel a robust economy. It's a fundamental principle of community economic development. Certainly two halves of the same coin, each equally responsible for strengthening the other. To achieve these goals, it is clear that government cannot bring about change on its own. And as Darrell had alluded to earlier, it's all about partnering. We need to help our key private, public, NPOs, all sectors to mobilize towards a set of common goals, to encourage free enterprise and attract new investment to increase Lacombe's economic resiliency and provide the kind of opportunity that everyone said that they wanted. You may be asking, what's the city's role in all of this? I want you to know that we're doing our part, working on a number of fronts and within the limited legal authority that we have to help our business community succeed. I'm going to briefly discuss the city's role in land use planning, an item that Council is very familiar with as of late. The MGA provides the city with some legal authority over municipal land use planning within the guidelines as laid out by the land use bylaw and the municipal development plan. These two plans allow the city to manage and approve standards and types of land development based on sound urban guidelines and practices. This means that development cannot occur at any cost, but certainly within established guidelines. It's important to keep in mind that the city does not have the legal authority to determine which specific businesses goes on any specific piece of land. There's been some severe misconceptions there. Certainly that is determined privately between a developer and their clients and is beyond municipal control. Accountability for the city means that we have fully collaborated with the developer to the fullest extent possible and have balanced legislative requirements with overall citizen interest. What this means is the fate of developments like Lacombe Market Square, for instance, are beyond the city's direct control. It's certainly in private hands. We're doing everything within our legal authority to help this development along, but we are waiting, just like everyone else is, certainly in this room, for the owners and developers to announce their decisions. I also hear from many that bureaucratic red tape is seen to be a barrier to attracting new development to Lacombe. I am here to tell you that the city has taken some concrete steps towards eliminating this idea, or revising the land use bylaw to streamline this process and to make it easier for land developers and others to navigate municipal licensing and permitting requirements. That said, we're certainly happy to hear about issues that you may have, and certainly about suggestions for improvement. And to the developer community, I can tell you that the city is mindful of your needs. We're willing to work with you, not against you, and will accommodate your plans within guidelines, balanced with community standards. Council's goal is to nurture a business-friendly culture by fostering an innovative and entrepreneurial environment that we can all be excited about. This includes creating a city that is infrastructure ready, people ready, and business friendly, to clearly demonstrate that in fact Lacombe is open for business. I want you to know that my door is always open to ideas and suggestions on how we can better support our business community. And I believe the regular and consistent contact with our businesses here now is necessary to ensure their continued success. And by collaborating with groups like the Lacombe District Chamber of Commerce and the Echo Lacombe Association, the city has made significant improvements in how we serve local businesses and attract new investment. I do look forward to seeing the results of the survey as well. Last year, we launched 2 innovative business initiatives. The first was the Lacombe Business Toolkit. So, an innovative new website that provides relative and up-to-date information to prospective investors. The second is the Placemaker Loyalty Rewards Program, which hopefully you're all familiar with. Excuse me. Certainly an easy-to-use web application for local businesses to be used as a powerful marketing and promotional tool and reward customers and encourage patronage. These and other initiatives like the Business Partnership Program, the Storefront Enhancement Program, the new wayfinding signage, and a number of other grants are designed to help local businesses succeed, something that we all want. Council is also working to advance community development initiatives to further improve the quality of life in Lacombe and attract even more people to our community. We want to balance these needs of all sectors, our institutions, our businesses large and small, our nonprofit, and our community groups, and citizens overall to help create a safe, inclusive, and vibrant community. We've grown Lacombe's regional tourism capacity, as she smiles up this way, allowing them to better market our city across the province and to attract more visitors to our area. So thank you for your good work as well. The city has also collaborated with local businesses and community groups to establish viable downtown community markets and to enhance our annual events and festivals. Of course, none of these events could be successful without one thing. They couldn't even take place, in fact, and that's without the commitment and efforts of our great volunteers. those that belong to community organizations and service clubs, as well as individuals, are vital support for our community. I want to thank you very much. So let's take a second and just thank our volunteers, because I know many of you in this room are. So thank you for that. Half-hour speeches aren't something they put on the balance sheet to you up front. So on a related note, some other good news that I have to share with you. I expect there probably aren't many of you that have not heard, but we're hosting Rogers' Hometown Hockey Tour early in February, the 3rd and 4th, which is very good news. And also, Hockey Alberta has awarded Lacombe the honor of hosting the 2019 Allen Cup. These are big wins for hockey fans, for local businesses, and big wins for Lacombe. I'm excited by the national exposure that these events will provide and the positive economic benefits that they will have to our city. I encourage everyone to come out and take part in these fun and exciting community events. So on a more sober note, I know that a good portion of the public is a little apprehensive about the upcoming legalization of cannabis in Canada. I want you to know that your council is looking at strategies in regard to the legalization of medical and recreational marijuana development and use. We will do our best to manage the introduction of this new legislation through common sense rules. We're going to manage the interests and expectations of our community, and we'll certainly have more information available prior to July 1st. So in closing, once again, I want to thank council, city staff, and everyone here for doing your part in helping make Lacombe a prosperous and vibrant city that it is. I believe Lacombe is on the verge of extraordinary times, and I'm excited about the city's prospects. However, to reach that level of success, we all must continue to work together to meet any challenges and capitalize on the opportunities that lie ahead with creativity, enthusiasm, and a positive can-do attitude. Are you with me? Yes. All right. Again, I do want to thank everyone for joining me here today. I appreciate your attention. I will be around for questions should you have any. But once again, my door is always open, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.